Tracey Wallace.
Why me? Don't you know I want to be an emergency room physician? But you can't stutter and do that job. I've had this reoccurring dream since I was a little girl that I would be on call in the hospital and a shotgun victim would come in. And I would say, nurse, I need 500 cc's of, and then I would hear, beep. Do you know what that means? That means the patient just died. And all I could think about was, oh my God, is my stutter going to cause me to kill people? Is my stutter going to determine my career choices? Why me? Why am I the only woman in my family who stutters? My father stutters, I have a male cousin who stutters, and I have a nephew who stutters. But why me? I mean, not that I wish this burden, this curse on any woman in my family, but I don't deserve it. I am so nice, and I would do anything for anybody. Life is just completely unfair. Why me? Don't you know stuttering is ugly? It is not sexy. I mean, I have seen myself struggling. It is not a pretty picture. Why would anybody want to date somebody who struggles with talking? But don't you know, I want to date. I want to be married one day. I want to have children. I want to live a full life. But how can I let somebody get close to me or love me when there's something so ugly that I hate about myself? You see, there's one thing about me that I vowed I would never share with the world. My stutter, my demon. I've had these conversations with myself over and over and over again. And what you don't know about me is that I was a covert stutterer for 27 years. And to the world, to my family, and to my friends, I lived an almost perfect life. I was an honor roll student. I was the homecoming queen. I graduated from 3 universities. I got married. I have 2 beautiful children. But it was that one thing. Ooh, that one thing. Like I said, my stutter, my demon. And it held my spirit hostage. And it controlled every aspect of my conscious and my unconscious thoughts. My stutter had such a grip on me that I vowed. I said, God, if I cannot be fluent, I will never speak again. And see, what you don't know is at that time, I was fluent in American Sign Language. I had a way out. I said, I would just sign the rest of my life and just live as if I were mute. But the truth of the matter is, I lived behind a mask. And I appeared to be whole. But inside, I was fragmented. I was broken. And I was full of so much pain and so much hate for my stutter. And every time I stuttered, I swear to you, it just chipped and chipped and chipped away at my spirit to a point where it finally brought me to my knees. Why me? The day that I hoped I would never have to face. The day that I feared, it finally came. I opened up my mouth and nothing came out. I blocked and then I cried. And I hated that moment. I hit rock bottom. I couldn't go any lower than that. I was mentally and emotionally empty. There was nothing left. I left my job. I hid in my house. I didn't talk for a whole month. I couldn't talk. And all the pain and all the hate that I had for my stutter had finally surfaced. And it was in that very moment, I said, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep living my life as this false, fluent speaker. My mind kept telling me, just, Tracey, do what you've been doing. Just order something else. Just don't raise your hand. Just say another word. But my heart was saying, just stop. Just stop. It was time to remove the mask. I looked at myself in the mirror, and my stutter said to me, the masquerade is over. It's time for you to expose the real Tracey. Discovering me. It wasn't until I joined the NSA and at my second chapter meeting, this speech language pathologist shared her thoughts about something called avoidance reduction therapy. And then later, I attended my first NSA conference, and that was back in 1997. That I actually began to see a different future for myself. With the love and support of my family, and of my friends, and of my family, which may be a new word for you, that's our Stutter family. The knowledge and guidance from my speech language pathologist, and she knows who she is. And my internal will to change the trajectory of my future, I began to develop the courage to participate in my own life. Trust me when I tell you, this journey has not been easy, but it has been incredibly rewarding. Though at first, I was ashamed, and I was frustrated, I was full of agony, I was embarrassed, and I was literally shaken to my core. But I've come to a place where I've learned to actually embrace my stutter, to stutter without struggling, to move forward, and to communicate effectively. People ask me, well, how did you do that? Well, I slowly began to change the things that I used to do. I changed from hiding my stuttering to being more open about my stuttering. I actually was doing the things that I had been avoiding all of my life. And what in turn happened was it began to actually change the way I was thinking about stuttering, which magically, over time, actually changed the way how I felt about stuttering. And so each day, I gave myself an assignment. And many of you have heard my stories. I couldn't say the number 5 to save my life. But I would go to the dry cleaner. I have to tell the person my name. And then they say, what's your phone number? And I would say, 301-860-3210. But my real phone number was 301-555-2565. But it wasn't until that first time when I went to the dry cleaner and I looked aside, I made sure nobody was in there before I went in. And my assignment was, Tracey, today, you're gonna say your real phone number. And I don't care if you spit on the lady, I don't care if it takes all day. This is what you're gonna do. And I had to make a decision. Either I'm gonna fight, or it's gonna be flight, I'm gonna run. But I had been running all of my life. And it seemed like the faster I kept running away from stuttering, it would just chase me even quicker. I decided to commit to this journey and not to the outcome. Guess what? Since then, I've met emergency room physicians, veterinarians, law enforcement officers, teachers, ministers, comedians, entrepreneurs, and all of them stuttered. I've met people who were dating, people who were engaged, that were married, had beautiful families, and they stutter. And I've met children, teenagers, and adults challenging their fears every single day, participating in an open mic, actually doing things that they thought they could never do. And I've seen people stuttering freely for the first times in their life without fear of being judged. So you see, I'm blessed. And I've been blessed to meet some of the most beautiful people on the planet who have stimulated my mind and my spirit through their words, their warmth, their wisdom, and their intellect. And guess what? They all stutter. Someone in this audience once told me, your inner beauty never needs makeup. So you see, it's because of people just like you. I began to ask myself, why not me? I realized everything I've ever wanted in this world was on the other side of fear. My struggles with stuttering have become my testimony of strength and of courage and of fearlessness. And I've chosen not to let comfort keep me from my calling. You see, I stopped the negative self-talk, and I've decided to embrace my stutter and to choose progress over perfection. If the task before me doesn't scare me to death, trust me, that I know it's not big enough. Why you? Why me? I'm going to tell you why. Because you can be bold, beautiful, funny, inspiring, smart, sexy, and be a person who stutters. Thank you.